Religious pluralism and tolerance will always guide my policy. Now, what does the Jewish state mean for the Palestinians? It means that they must recognize that the fantasy of flooding Israel with refugees is gone, that they give up irredentist claims to the Negev and to the Galilee, and that they declare unequivocally that the conflict is finally over. Yet even after we achieve this peace treaty, we have to be honest and recognize that it may take years for the spirit of peace to permeate most levels of Palestinian society. And therefore, any peace agreement we sign today must include ironclad security measures that will protect the state of Israel and stand the test of time. Here comes that paradox again. Israel is powerful, but it is small. No matter where our final borders are drawn, Israel will remain exceedingly small. I'm sure you know it's small. Yeah, I don't think you know how small it is. And certainly your neighbors don't. They who think that there are 200 million Jews in the world and that Israel is the size of, half of Europe. It's not. The United States and Canada are roughly, not exact numbers, roughly 400 times each the size of Israel. The Arab world is 500 times the size of Israel. Egypt alone is roughly 40 times the size of Israel. And even a small country like Jordan, our neighbor to the east, is almost 4 times as big. Israel is bigger than Rhode Island. That's about it. Now, mind you, small countries are not necessarily insecure. Belgium and Luxembourg are small, but today they're not insecure. Yet, if their neighbors included radical regimes bent on their conquest, bent on their destruction, if they fielded terror proxies that fired thousands of missiles on their population, believe me, they too would feel insecure. Anybody would. Because of our small size and the radical and violent neighborhood in which we live, Israel faces security threats like that of no other nation. Here are 2 facts from recent days alone that will drive this point home. A few days ago, the Israeli Navy interdicted a ship carrying hundreds of tons of explosives and rockets, shipped from Iran bound for Hezbollah via Syria. Last week, Hamas tested a rocket with a range of nearly 40 miles. Now, for a large country, that might not be too consequential. But for a tiny country like Israel, this means that both Hamas and Hezbollah now have the power to reach Tel Aviv. Israel's security, therefore, requires that any territory vacated in a future peace agreement must be effectively demilitarized. An effective demilitarization of Palestinian areas is an essential component of peace recognized by successive American presidents. And I want to assure you, we're willing to make great concessions for peace. But there is something that I will never compromise on, and that's Israel's security. We have to ensure that weapons do not flow into the Palestinian areas in the West Bank, which overlooks Tel Aviv and surrounds Jerusalem. We cannot permit another Gaza or South Lebanon in the heart of our country. What we want is a durable peace, a peace that will hold, a peace that we can defend. I fervently hope that such a peace will be established. I'm prepared to work for it. I pray that it will hold. But we must be prepared to defend ourselves in case it doesn't. The UN report on Gaza, which falsely accuses Israel of war crimes for legitimately defending itself against real war criminals, in effect seeks to deprive us of the right of self-defense. This report must be firmly rejected. We are proud of the Israeli Defense Force. We are proud of our sons and daughters who are defending our country each day. We know that our army, Israel's army, is as moral as any army on earth. Now, in supporting the IDF and rejecting the UN report, you're sending a message to terrorists everywhere that they cannot get away with firing on civilians while hiding behind civilians. And you do something else. You support peace. For only an Israel that can defend itself is an Israel that can take further risks for peace. I thank President Obama for resolutely opposing this twisted UN resolution. I applaud the overwhelming vote last week in the American Congress condemning this biased report.